Hi, so this is my response for the reflection video in regards to the oh my god, the Demetrius and Michael wrestling video. So the question was, when was the last time you saw a true act of sportsmanship? Keep in mind the scripture from Luke 6:31: "Do to others as you would have them do to you." And how would the scripture apply to your scenario? Um, I haven't really seen any true act of, sportsmanship. There's been times is half of it is just more of I expect this to happen, and then it kind of does more of as a coach from the coaching standpoint of my girls knocking another girl down and then helping them up. Or if they didn't do that, then that's us yelling at them, be like, pick them up, you knocked them down. But I would say the only maybe real act of sportsmanship that I've seen recently would be this past year. At Valley College, we had a rough year. We ended with 5 players. We started off with 18, and just what happened was we were just a new coaching staff coming in, and these girls weren't used to the type of discipline that we were expecting from them, and having to do well in classes, having to keep up on their grades, and then if you're not going to show up to practice, you can't expect to play in the game, that type of thing, the basic stuff. Some of them didn't like it, and so ended piece by piece ended up just they ended up just leaving, and it was a bummer. But so we only ended with 5 players, and by the time that happened, we had probably 6 games left. It was mid-season, and all that had happened, and there's a lot of times where we had refs who didn't care about the situation, didn't care that the opposing team had 15 players sitting on the bench waiting to get in, and we didn't have anybody. All we had was just me and the head coach sitting there trying to figure out how we're going to keep these girls in the game. And we had a lot of games where refs they didn't care. One time we finished a game with, I think, 3 players. I'm almost positive that was the rule. You could start a game, or maybe it was 4. You could start a game with 5, and then you could play with 4. But yeah, no, we had 3 players. I think that was it. Yeah. So, anyways, referees were very fast to call the fouls, and yeah, some of them were good fouls. It's someone went up with late and they got hit. Yeah, that's an obvious foul, but don't call a reaching foul on us. You see how we don't have anybody on our bench, and it was our last game, and honestly, all the coaches were just especially me, I was just I just need to get this game over with. It's been a long season, and our best player had 4 fouls, and she did a reaching foul, and the ref was about to call it. Their hand was in, the hand was going up, the whistle was there, went up, and they look over at us, and we're just are you gonna do it? And he didn't, and we're just oh, thank God. So we finished the game with 5. We still lost, but we finished the game with 5, and that was honestly all we wanted. And I went up to the ref. I was hey, thank you for not calling that reach. And he was no. I was I understand your situation. I've been there. I've done that. I've been on that team. I've been that coach who went through all that. And he was I respect what you guys are doing out there and trying to, help these girls out and not quitting on them. I'm yeah. I was felt bad after that. But I would say that was just it was a great sportsmanship moment, especially coming from the referees, because there are times where we talk to them and be are you kidding me? We have 3 players out there. How are you going to call this foul right now? Well, one of the calls that they had called was one of our girls took a charge. It was a legitimate charge. And looking back at it, it was a good charge. It wasn't no, it was a good charge. Just this woman ref didn't like us, and it was just ridiculous. But anyways, the point was, this referee, he didn't have to care. He could have just fouled out our best player, and had just been okay, you guys are done, that type of thing. He could have not cared, and he cared, and that's just what goes on with the basketball etiquette. What more can you ask for? But so the second part is, this clip offered some profound insight. Respond to these insight in light of your profession. Michael Lynn was the winner, and Demetrius Demores was a champion. Sorry. Strength doesn't come from the gym. It comes from the soul. Yes, I agree with all that. A lot of what we what we taught our girls was that, you know, we weren't the best team out there, obviously, but they can beat you on the scoreboard. Like, they'll do that, but don't let them beat you in your heart. Once they get inside your head and then you quit, like, they won you. Like, in light of like some little words right there, but they won you after that happened. And um, it doesn't strength really doesn't come from the gym. It doesn't matter how many push-ups, how many pull-ups, how many squats you do. It doesn't come from the gym. It comes from the heart. And as long as you got it right here, then you're gonna be a survivor. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna conquer a lot. But you can't be weak-minded at all, because once you're weak-minded, then you might as well stop playing, because you're not gonna go anywhere. It is your light, not your dark. It is your light, not your darkness, that most frightens people. And you just got to keep like pursuing it and keep fighting for it. But basically that was it. Can't wait to watch your guys' videos.